He is the Cy Young Award winner from 2013 in his extremely successful years with the Detroit Tigers, now with the Washington Nationals. Pleased to have Max Scherzer on the Rich Eisen Show. How are you, Max?
Good. How are you, Rich?
I'm doing fine. You're calling in from Philly? Is that where you are right now?
Yes. That's where we just got in last night.
Okay. So what do you say to fans who put so much stock in the first 2-3 games of a year and might even be reaching for one of those panic buttons or a restart button? What do you say to fans who might read into a series opening loss to the Mets, Max?
Obviously, you always want to win the series, but it's 3 games. You got to play probably 40 games before you can really tell where your season's at. If you're off to a good start or a bad start, so that's really kind of the mark that guys have in the clubhouse, is that 30 to 40 game mark.
So a lot is made about the differences between the American and National Leagues. What have you been told, and what, even in just your brief bit with Washington, have you experienced about the differences?
Yeah, it seems like there's just different situations that come up where you might want to pitch around a hitter to face the pitcher or not. And obviously, you have to get up there, between innings, that you have to actually go up for my routine in the past 5 years of going up there and actually having to hit and try to swing the bat. So, it's just like little nuances that are really the difference between the American League and National League.
Yeah, what's your swing like, Max? Give me an idea.
I think it's pretty good, but I just struggled pretty bad. Bartolo Colon literally just pumped 6 fastballs right by me, and I had no shot. So I'm definitely in the batting cages right now, trying to work on this, get rid of the soft swing, and figure out how to hit a baseball game.
Yeah. No, I know. You spent some time in Arizona, so this is not your first rodeo here. But let me ask you this question, Max. Are you going to go jacket when you get on the base paths? Are you gonna do that? That you got to put on the jacket? Because I don't understand that, Max. You know?
You know what? If it's a really cold game, yes, you got to go jacket.
You do?
You want to keep your arm warm, and plus, it just gives you the pitcher look out there when you got the jacket on. Lets everybody know.
You know what? You should do it like just this Sunday, because you play Sunday. So if you reach base in Philadelphia,
right,
you should get a green jacket. Because it is Masters time, Max. What do you think?
Yeah, honor for the Masters.
Don't you think?
I like where your head's at.
Hey, listen, I'm just spitballing here, which I know you're not technically allowed to do. So, yeah, I think that might be a good look for you, Max. Go green jacket.
I'll work on it. I'll see what I can do in Philly so that we, for this whole weekend, honor the Masters. And, that way we whoever does win the clubhouse pool, they can get the green jacket as well.
Who do you have in that?
I got a little bit of everybody. So I really like Patrick Reed. I think he's a guy who's going to do well. So I know he had a decent day, so we'll see if he can make the cut and do some damage. But the way Spieth's playing, I don't think anybody's going to catch him. Yeah,
I was going to ask, who has Spieth in the Washington Nationals clubhouse Masters pool? Who's fortunate enough to have Spieth right now? You know?
I don't know. I think it was a format where you can kind of pick everybody. So
I gotcha.
Okay. I think a lot of people actually pick them.
I know. Jordan Spieth is 12 under on 13 right now. I'm with Max Scherzer, the pitcher of the Washington Nationals, here on the Rich Eisen Show. So many people have picked your team to win it all because you are there now with a group, a staff that already was impressive. What do you make of those predictions, Max Scherzer?
Well, honestly, you want to be on a team that has expectations to win it. You want to be part of a team that's great. But the thing is that, you don't win a World Series on paper. You don't sit here and win it. You have to go out there for 6 months and prove how good you are. And because everybody's going to be gunning for us. So, it's going to take absolutely everything we got just to win the National League East. And then obviously we try to do as much damage as we can in October. So it's a very challenging, large mountain to climb. But I like the guys that we have in our clubhouse because there's a lot of talent there.
Well, yesterday you saw Matt Harvey in the flesh, and he's coming off of Tommy John surgery, and he looked stupendous and sparkling. But not everybody who has that surgery obviously is so fortunate to look like that. And I'd love to just pick your brain on what you think the cause of the number of Tommy John surgeries that we're seeing in the sport right now? Many people point to youth sports, how it starts there, or the concept that you're trying to just front load the surgery earlier on in your career so you can have some longevity. I'm wondering what you think, Max, about it.
I think it's just a combination of actually everything. With youth sports, I think, sometimes you do run into kids that for too much of a year, where they're pitching maybe, a ton of innings for where they're at in their age. And so that can obviously lead to more damages down the road. Plus, you have just more guys throwing hard overall in general. The number of guys that are throwing 95 plus it's at a much higher rate now. So, you're just putting more stress on the elbow. You're going to see that. It's a long season to pitch 6 months of the year. And, just the workloads you're seeing, it just increases by how much we actually keep throwing harder and harder. So you can't point to one single factor, but I think it's a combination of all the factors you're seeing the increase of it. I'm sure as we keep figuring out more and more things about it, and the different dynamics that are putting on your mechanics that your mechanics have, I think we'll get to a point where you'll see a decrease in the surgeries. But until we have that aha moment, we're going to continue to probably have at the same rate.
Max, look, I appreciate you calling into the show. I'd love to have you back throughout the season. We're just getting started here on this show. We're looking for baseball guys who might be wanting to call up. And certainly, I know you're a football fan too. Certainly, as training camps begin throughout the summer, just start picking your brain about all sports and just have you on the program. I'd love to have it.
Sure. Yeah, I'm a big fan of all of them. NBA, NFL, all of the sports. So,
who's your NFL team, Max?
I like the Lions and the Ravens. I'm a two-team fan.
So you like the Lions, obviously, from your time in Detroit. Where does the Ravens come from? Why do you like the Ravens?
I was a big Ray Lewis fan. When he was playing middle linebacker, I'm an admitted bandwagon, NFL fan because with St. Louis, the Rams, they were so bad for so long, and then obviously when Kurt Warner came in, he did unbelievable, the greatest show on turf, and I jumped on the bandwagon.
Okay.
Obviously, once they left, so I just figured I'm just going to be a fan of talent for all these, for the rest of my life on NFL, and that's how I just became, I really liked the way, obviously the Ravens, their defense. And just became a Ravens fan that way. And then obviously when I got to Detroit, I saw, everybody was kind of rumbling. And this is before it all happened, before Stafford and Calvin Johnson really broke. They were saying, kind of the talk was down in the city about the team. And I was like, are you kidding me? Are you seeing what these guys are doing? And sure enough, they blew up. And, I was a fan before everybody else kind of jumped on their bandwagon.
Yeah, well, Bradford, you might see him in Philadelphia this weekend, Max. He's there now.
That's right.
I know. And Philly fans, I've got one right here in studio, Max. They're very raw right now. The Sixers didn't do very well this year, and a lot of fans don't know what's Chip Kelly, what's going on between his temples right now. You've got a very fragile fan base that you're visiting this weekend.
Yeah, Max, take it easy on us Sunday night, will you?
Yeah,
pal?
you know what I mean?
Yeah, I wonder if it's carrying over to the Phillies, so hopefully.
Okay. Max, thanks for calling in. We look forward to the next time already, okay?
All right, appreciate it, Rich.
You bet.
Thank you.
That's Max Scherzer of the Washington Nationals.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern. On Audience.